The Lama says, no matter if there's only one life or many lives, if there's life after death or no, just be a good person. Now, I ask any of you, let's say I'm an evil person, and I have millions of dollars. I love my evil life. I have many girlfriends, a swimming pool, bodyguards. Well, if something happens and somebody shoots me, well, I'm dead. But at least I had a good life. Let's say I only believe in one life. I am such an evil person. I believe in one life. There are many evil people in politics and religion everywhere. Let's say I'm an egotistic, evil person who enjoys being cruel, selfish, criminal, because it secures me, and on my level of awareness and consciousness, a good life. So, now comes the Lama and says, be a good person. Why? Why? If there's only one life, he said in his speech, in the retreat, which by the way, you pay thousands of dollars. Well, here you get it for free, dear friends. Why should I be a good person? I ask any of you in the audience, if I am a happy, evil person who has everything in life, and if I don't get it, and if need be, I shoot somebody, I take his money, I have an even better life, according to my standards, you see? Now I go to the Lama, I paid $10,000 for the retreat, I'm listening to him, and he says, even if you only believe in one life, be a good person. Why? Why? After death I'm dead. Give me one reason why such foolish talk of the Dalai Lama should be of any influence for me. You see, Buddhist teaching of the exalted, of the enlightened Buddha, Gautama Buddha, is there to change us, to transform our consciousness, to make us more spiritual, to make us a better person. Now, if an evil person wants to be a better person, then he goes to the Lama. Or if an evil person just wants to listen to the Lama. Or why not? You know, he listens to many people and maybe sort of he meets some interesting people there. So he has a lot of money, he pays it, he goes to the Lama. And the Lama says, be a good person. Now you give me a reason why this guy should become good. The goal of Buddhist teaching is to make us better persons, to make us more spiritual, more compassionate, good, loving. Can you do that by saying if you only believe in one life, doesn't matter, be a good person? If you make such a statement, you have to explain it. Why should I be a better person if there's only one life? If there's no threat of hell after death, if there's no reincarnation, such a foolish talk of the Lama would exclude the betterment of a bad person. It excludes, so to speak, a part of society that only believes in one life. Because the Lama would have no answer for them why they should be good if there is no life after death. You see the problem. So the person sits there and says, well, I wanted to change. Or maybe he says, I just wanted to find out if I'm living the right life because I'm happy. But I'm open to everything. Let me listen to that guy. That guy tells me even you only believe in one life, you should be compassionate, loving, everything that this person at that moment is not. So why? Right now I'm selfish, cruel, criminal, and rich. Wonderful, I have a good life. I heard of an example, may that person argue, of a friend who stopped on the highway because somebody was there and his car was wrecked and so forth. He got out of the car and asked the guy, can I help you? And the guy pulls out a gun and says, yeah, you can give me your money. And then you can give me your car. And if you resist, I'll show you how you can help me. So there was somebody who wanted to be a good person. And what's the result? You see, when you make such a statement, Mr. Lama, when you make such a foolish statement, and this is not Buddhism what you do, this is Dalai Lamaism, then you must be aware of course, in such retreats and such speeches, nobody would get up and maybe ask, why should I be good if there's no life after death? But it's permitted to ask such a question. What is your answer? You may answer, well, because it's good for the other people. But who cares? If I'm an egotistic person who believes in one life, I believe in things that are good for me, according to my state of awareness and to my logic, which of course is wrong in that way. But for now, for that person, It's the right way to live. Now you could argue, well, for your children. Or he said, I have no children. And if he has children, he says, well, my children go to university, everything's okay. Oh, no. And he could argue, well, I know of many friends who are dead now and their children are squandering the money and everything they did for their children was in vain, for nothing. And so he would say, that gives me no reason to be a better person as I am, or to be a different person. He would not even use the term better, because he would say, I am good in my point of view. I do good things for me. When I kill somebody, or when I order the killing of somebody, and that gives me $10 million, I did a good thing for me. If there's no life after death, if there's no hell, why should I care? I'm dead. Then somebody could say, well, how about the species? The human species. What do I care, would he answer? I'm dead. What do I care for a species? Then somebody could come and argue, well, you see, even if there's only one life, you should be a different person than you are now. Because of idealism. You could give your life for a good cause. Okay. Let's say, maybe now somebody who is evil would think, somebody could argue with him, could say, is there a person that you love? Yes, I am an evil person, and I love to be evil, but there is one person that I love very much. Or there is one idea that I love very much. Well, what would that be? Well, that this organization, there is a cause in which I believe, and I think it's a good cause. So now, I give an example. In ancient times, there were people in Trojan fighters. They gave their life for a good cause. But what if I give my life for a cause whose goals become different after I'm dead, and it's not a good cause anymore? See? So I cannot be sure, because when I'm dead, I'm dead. The Lama says, no matter if there's one life or many lives, be a good person. Why? Until now, he hasn't convinced me, and I paid maybe $10,000, $20,000 for this retreat with the Lama. Therefore, dear friends, the Dalai Lama doesn't teach Buddhism. He teaches Dalai Lamaism, which is a distorted way of Buddhism. We will go into that in detail another time. For now, what is true Buddhism? As you sow, you shall reap life after life. That's all. Of course, now, when you listen to such words, one may want to go more into detail. Well, Divine Message from the True God Nirvana is a little book in German and English in one book that I urge you to read. Now, by God, we don't mean a creator. We don't mean a creator. See? We mean that from which we come and to which we go. We mean nirvana. We mean the refuge out of which break periodically the powers, who then may call themselves gods and so forth. See? It's all temporary in form. The forms are temporary. What is the purpose of life? The purpose of your life is what you make it the purpose. But the goal or the law is very easy. We come from nirvana, we go to nirvana. We come from the refuge, we go to refuge, over and over and over again. We dive into material world, and we experience the suffering of transiency, of impermanence, and so forth. But you see, all that makes no sense if there's only one life. Listen, if there's only one life, if there would be only one life, I would be the master teacher of materialism. I would teach you how to be criminal, selfish, egotistic, cruel, as long as it fits your goals. But that's not what the law is. The law is that everything that you do returns to you, must return. So even if you do something good now and something bad may happen, that's not a problem, because that's the past karma that catches up with you. But the good thing that you did, although you may have been disappointed by it or somebody has cheated on you and so forth, that's a good accumulation for future karma. Never mind, do only good things from now on. Past karma you can't erase. It will catch up with you. But you begin now to fill your account of good deeds. And after the bad karma is outlived, only good things will happen to you. And then the time may come when you are disappointed even with a good life. Because it's transient too. And you may long more and more for a situation where you don't have time, where you don't have change of forms, where you don't have death and life and death and life and death and life, samsara, the wheel of rebirth, where you may say, I have had enough of it. I don't want to have anything to do with this order of things. That's what the Buddha did. And he reached nirvana, the absence of desire. Nirvana does not mean destroyed, although the translation would be correct. But that destroyment which it is hinting at is of the impermanent form. The essence itself, the being itself, is free from the attacks of time, free from desire. You can make that your goal. Or you may also decide to come back over and over again. This is what the book also teaches you. And if you want to know how the world really works, where it emanated from, where it returns to, then you must read the Book of Light. 5,000 handwritten pages on allreligionsunited.com. Make nirvana your goal. And don't listen to the Dalai Lama. Love and light, Lenu.